Switch gears now to something much happier. Yeah. February, National Potato Lovers Month.
And potatoes make me happy. With that in mind, our friend Shanisty Ireland is whipping up a unique recipe made with potato chips. Good morning, Shanisty, and thanks for joining us. Of course, you said you can't get out either because you're snowed in as well.
Yes, exactly. We had the ice and the snow as well. It was funny you mentioned 2003. I was at UK during that ice storm, and I remember everyone was just like partying on State Street because they just thought, you know, no school, even though the ice was terrible. So
that doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, exactly. I was not partying though, guys. I was doing the right thing. I was studying.
Well, of course you were.
Right.
Of course. I would expect nothing less. All right, what are we making today? We'll switch gears for you.
Yes, so it is National Potato Lovers Month, and I love a potato. There are so many different species, guys, of the potato. In fact, 120 species live in the wild. They're even too bitter for us to eat. So there's thousands of different potatoes. And of course, there are thousands of different ways to make the potato. Potato chips, hash browns, tater tots, french fries, all of the above. Today, I'm going to be demonstrating a potato chip omelet. Don't knock it till you try it. It's absolutely delicious. So if you're ready, I'll just go ahead and dive into the recipe.
Absolutely. I'm intrigued.
Okay. Yeah, exactly. So we're going to start off with a couple of eggs. Put it into a mixing bowl. I like to add some milk with my eggs whenever I'm whisking because it makes it really nice and frothy. And then we're going to take a skillet. I took about this size skillet, you know, like a nice little omelet skillet. And I melted some butter in there first. And then we're going to just go ahead and pour the egg in there. And I like to put some shallots in mine. You can, of course, skip that if you're not a huge fan of onions. And then I did some shredded cheddar cheese. This is aged cheddar cheese, which I think is really good. It's a little bitter. It's got a nice little bite to it, but we're gonna just go ahead and put as much cheese as you want. I think my recipe said a half a cup, but I'm just, you know, I'm not discriminatory against the cheese. And then the secret ingredient is the Mike Sells potato chips. We're gonna put potato chips in this. This is gonna make it nice and savory and crunchy. I love Mike Sells. They're based out of Dayton, Ohio. They're family owned and operated, been around for 100 years. For this recipe, I just used the original. If you wanna get really crazy, you can always use the barbecue or the sour cream and onion, but we're just gonna do the original for this one. And then you're just gonna cook it like a regular omelet, add a little salt and pepper to taste, and it's gonna come out with the power of television looking like this. Super delicious, cheesy, flavorful, yummy. Yeah, that's it.
Wow.
That does look good and relatively easy for somebody to throw that together, right? You're talking, what, just a few minutes and it's finished, right?
Just took me about 5 minutes to do, and just adding the potato chips adds a really nice crunch to it, an extra added amount of salt, and it's a good way to celebrate this wonderful month we call the Potato Lovers Month.
So what's the trick to making a good omelet? Is it like low and slow, or do you get it heated up, like, you know, like real hot? I don't cook, Shanisty. I need all the help you can give me.
I know. Omelets are tricky, and the flipping is so technical. You have to wait until the egg is really nice and cooked. And of course, I always check the sides before I flip the omelet over, because if you don't, it's so runny. It becomes a giant mess. Honestly, omelets aren't supposed to be beautiful. Mine are never beautiful, but that doesn't mean they don't taste amazing. But to answer your question, Andrea, yes, I would say low heat, slow process of cooking it. It takes patience, but that's my tip on making the perfect omelet.
And if people want more tips from you, what's a good way to keep in touch?
Yeah, head over to my blog at shesbecomingdomestic.com. And of course, I am on Instagram at Shanisty Ireland, and I'm sharing recipes every single day because we're snowed in. There's nothing better to do than to try new recipes in the kitchen.
I hope you and your kids have a fun snow day, that's for sure.
Thank you, we will.
All right.